All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Site Review Tuesday. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thank you for joining me today on the live stream. Hey, if this is your first time joining us, make sure you say hi to us in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from, and as always, we appreciate you guys who hang out with us every Tuesday and every Thursday. Now, if you already know what's going on, go ahead and throw a number out in the chat from 1 to 109. That'll be the first site that we review, so go ahead and get that number thrown out in the chat. For those of you guys who are brand new to Site Review Tuesday, this is how it works. First, we're going to review 3 websites completely live today. Each site is going to get 15 minutes per review. The third site is going to come from one of you guys who are hanging out with us right over there in chat. And as always, I'm giving points, but we're not really keeping score or anything like that. This is all in fun. Now, if you haven't submitted your site to be reviewed yet, or maybe you have and it just hasn't been drawn from the randomizer thing, then go ahead and please feel free to submit your site to that site review form. Again, the link to do that is in the description below the video. So go ahead and resubmit your site if you haven't had it reviewed yet. Okay, hanging out with me as always on Tuesday, we've got Katie taking care of you guys in chat, doing a wonderful job, keeping me straight, helping me pronounce things when I cannot figure it out, and just keeping me in line and under control. So make sure you guys show her some love. I appreciate her jumping on here week after week and hanging out with me. Some announcements really quick. So just a couple of things. First of all, this Thursday on Zenfolio Live, we're going to be talking about the new enhancement that we just released on BookMe. So you guys are definitely going to want to check that out. This is a new enhancement that allows you to put that BookMe widget on any website you want to. So make sure that you come with us or come join us Thursday to learn more about that, to see how it works. And I'm actually going to be talking about custom pages as well and creating one and showing you guys how to create a custom booking page. So if you're interested in BookMe, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about custom pages, this Thursday, you're going to want to make sure you're hanging out with us here on Zenfolio Live. That starts at the same time. We're starting things right now. Also, the Ultimate Photographer Starter Package Sweepstakes is still going. Let's get that information up. Again, if you're the grand prize winner, which I hope it's one of you guys out there right now, this is what you're going to win. Not too shabby, looking pretty nice actually. So really cool grand prize. And then there are other prizes as well. So if you haven't entered it yet, it doesn't cost you a dime. Enter that. The link to do that's in the description below. A few more announcements. We are still doing group trainings for BookMe, basic selling and advanced selling. If you guys haven't jumped on one of those yet, make sure that you click on one of those links below the video and sign up for one of those classes. You're going to get to hang out with me for a little bit. We're going to learn about selling, doing some different things. We have a lot of fun, I promise. And the links to sign up for those in the description below. Last couple of things, August 13th. I know I say this every single week, but it's so important, you guys. August 13th, 200th episode of Zenfolio Live. I promise it's an episode that you are not going to want to miss. We have a really cool guest going to be on that live stream. I'm going to be dropping some hints here and there, maybe on our Instagram account. So if you guys aren't following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. The link to do that's below this video as well. And we're going to be having a really cool giveaway, and I'm going to be doing some crazy stuff as well. Last but not least, continuing my challenge, our challenge to you guys to post positive things on your social media daily. So get those images up there, share some stuff to make people smile. And while you're doing that, make sure that you are using that hashtag Zenfolio Photographers for a chance to have your images featured on our social media. All right, let me say hi to some of you guys in chat really quick. Let's see. We've got Roxanne Bay joining us from Canada. Hey, Roxanne, always glad to have you here with us. June saying Tuesday, yay. Norman Stokes saying happy Tuesday from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, a beautiful state. Let's see. Pro Exposure Photography with the first number out the gate says 100. So that's going to be our, oh no, I missed it. June with the first number out. I almost missed it. It was number 1. So, we're going to pull website 1 up here in a second. But I almost missed it. I'm glad I caught that, June. All right, you guys know how this works. I'm not going to talk any longer. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me go over and grab website number 1, and we'll get the review going. Again, if you haven't submitted your site yet, make sure that you do that in the link below the video. All right, June with site number 1. Let me go and grab that really quick. And I accidentally closed out my randomizer. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay, so website number 1 is going to be, it looks like that it's FBP Studio Design. So let me get that pulled up and pulled over here, and we will get that started. All right, here we go. Let me grab this up here. We're going to get 15 minutes up on the clock, and we will get this review going. All right. All right, so let me throw this link out for you guys in chat really quick. I'm going to drop this down there. There we go. Okay, and let me just bring this down. We'll kind of start up here at the top. So first of all, you can see right here, there is a new favicon here. Now, it's yellow. I can't tell what it is. It kind of looks like music bars, or maybe it's a camera. I can't really tell what that is. I would definitely love to see some of this yellow colors incorporated somewhere on your website. You remember, you want to start establishing brand consistency. That also falls into the colors that you are using for logo designs, fonts, icons, different things like that. So really important to make sure that you are establishing brand consistency and using consistent colors and different things like that on your site, especially when it comes to like favicons and icons and different things like that. Okay, so let's check this out really quick. Let's see what you have up here. So here we have Chicago Corporate Headshot Event Photography and Graphic Design. And then down below, we have FBP Studio Design. So I'm wondering if that little yellow up there in the top is maybe FBP. I just can't see it. A little hard for me to read. Maybe my eyes are bad. But something to maybe think about here is, are you able to make that a little bit more clear, or maybe work that yellow circle FBP logo into this on your homepage here? Okay, but either way, some really cool images here on the homepage. So this is a photo strip, and it does require some manual interaction. So let's just kind of slide through this really quick. So again, your top thing said corporate headshot and event photographer. So I'm definitely getting the event photographer. Lots of event photos. I would love to see some corporate headshots. So let's see. And I ended on that image. That's the last image. I don't see any corporate headshot examples. Maybe something you might want to think about getting here is you are calling yourself out as a corporate headshot photographer and event photography. So definitely would like to have at least 1 or 2 headshot images here on the homepage. Some cool photos, but again, I do want to see the type of photography that you're telling me that you do. Okay, this is really cool, you guys. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this person has buttons on this right here. Okay, and so this is kind of the welcome message is what that is. Now they've looked through the layouts. They've chosen a layout that allows them to have that welcome message showing here. And then they've went in and they've manipulated that welcome message. They clicked on the source section, went in here, and they've actually got some custom coding. Now, I don't know how they did this as far as what code it is. Maybe this is just some links with images and rollover. Not sure, but they do have this really cool custom setup right here. So I am going to say good job on that. That is pretty cool setting that up right here in the beginning. Okay, so let's check out the rest of your site. So if we go down here at the bottom, you have schedule appointment powered by Calendly. So again, you figured out how to manipulate the custom coding either in the welcome message, or maybe I think that's probably in the footer. It depends on the site layout. Either way, really cool stuff going in there and playing around with that source code. I definitely encourage you guys, if you don't go in there and experiment with these things, this is how you can get these really cool custom things on your website. Word of caution though, since this is custom code, if it's not working, if it behaves weird, or if it messes up your website, since it's third-party custom code, chances are we're not going to be able to help you with it as much as we will try, I promise. Chances are we'll probably say, hey, not sure why it's working, you're just going to have to, or not working, you're just going to have to remove the custom code. But awesome taking the time to figure this out and to get this set up. Now, this is really cool. This could definitely be replaced with the Book Me feature to where you wouldn't have to do that custom code. The Book Me feature can also show on all of your pages, or you can turn it on and off on individual pages. So really cool, something to look at. Okay, let's follow your path here because you have portfolio, about us, client services, and contact. So let's go ahead and check out this portfolio. We're going to hit it up, and I'm going to say nice job having a drop down. Now, it looks like we only have 2 categories in here, photography and graphic design. I would probably consider doing a drop or a section in that drop down for the different types of photography, because again, you said you do corporate events, corporate headshots, maybe wanting to have a little more options in those drop downs to help us get quickly to what we're looking for. But let's go ahead and follow this path that you've laid out for us. All right, so we're going to click on here. And let's check out your photography portfolio. Now, your photography portfolio, you guys can make fun of that. Your photography portfolio is leading us to a group page. Not that there is anything wrong with this, but I want you to think about visitor navigation. So at this point, if I'm interested in looking at all of your photography portfolios, I have to click in here. And then if I want to check out another one, hopefully I think about clicking on the breadcrumb, but if I don't, then if I go back to this drop down, then I have to click on photography and then go back and choose this, the next category, right? So just something to think about is now I have to go back here and then go back to this. So what I would suggest, and it will kind of do away with the needing to even show this page, is you could have portfolio as a drop down. You could have headshot photography, event and meeting photography, VIP meet and greets as different examples in this drop down, just to eliminate that extra step of having to constantly navigate back and forth through this page to get to the next portfolio. Now, if you want to leave it like this, that's totally fine as well. A couple of things that you might think about. Let's think about the title of this group. Let's think about adding a caption, and that way there is some more searchable content in here than just the thumbnail images and the photography portfolio title. And if you're curious as to what I mean about that, go back and check out a live stream where I talk about the SEO and I talk about the titles of things and the captions and all of that stuff. It's all going to help draw more traffic to your site and hopefully get you more business. All right, let's take a look at your portfolio. Let's move on in here. So this is your headshots. And so again, I would think about the title, right? Corporate headshot photographer in Chicago, or I forget where you said you were at. Let me see really quick. I don't remember where you said you were at now. So corporate headshot photographer in photographer, or in Chicago, or Chicago corporate headshot photographer, different things like that, different ways that you can title this gallery just to make it a little bit more search friendly. The other thing as well is utilizing that caption, right? I specialize in doing corporate headshots for law firms, realtors, agencies, whatever you want to put in there, but different things like that where you're not keywording the gallery through the caption, but you're dropping keywords strategically into sentence form in the caption that would then show right up here. Again, this is just going to help increase the traffic to your site. Now, some really beautiful images. Let's scroll down. Let's take a look. Lots of different headshot images here. All right, lots of great examples of your work. Let's see. So the other thing that I'm looking for down here is the categories and keywords. So if you've taken the time to keyword these photos, categorize them, all of that stuff, it's not showing up and it's not helping your SEO at all. So you need to make sure that that's showing down here. Now, while I'm down here, I noticed that we have another logo, different colors, a different style. This is a really cool logo, but this is the first place that I've seen it. So I haven't seen that logo or those colors anywhere else on your site. And that's kind of what I mean when I talk about brand consistency, is you need to establish that so that that logo is present on your homepage, on your favicon, on your site header next to your logo, or not next to you, as your logo on your site header. This stuff right here, that's important. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Let's click on an image really quick. And I like that you have the State Farm right here. So that's kind of cool that you have that on there. And again, that's stuff that you should specifically mention in your caption, is that you do those types of headshots. But let's click on an image here and let's see how this is loading up. Okay, so this is loading up in dim the lights mode. I actually prefer this in a portfolio view. One, because the visitor can then just use their keyboard and really easily navigate back and forth through their images with your keyboard like this. And it's a really non-distracting way for them to view your portfolio images. So really cool setup. I like it like that. It's really nice. You have the share button on. That's perfectly fine. That lets me share this out. So if I'm like, oh man, my cousin was looking for a headshot photographer. I really love this photographer style. Let me copy the link to that gallery, or maybe I'll just do them a favor and just share it out on my Facebook and say, hey, really cool headshot photographer. I know a lot of you guys following me on Facebook have been mentioning needing to get your headshots updated. Go check out this person's work. So that's why I like having that share button showing here on your portfolio. What do you guys think in chat though? Do you guys have the share button showing on your portfolio? Do you think it's useful? Have you turned it off? Let me know what you guys think in chat. Curious to see what you guys have to say. All right, we're going to check out one more portfolio. Let's go to your graphic design. Then maybe we'll circle back if we have time and look at the other photography portfolio. So again, this is kind of that group navigation. So honestly, if this was my site, I would change this up just a little bit. I would actually have 2 drop-down menus. And in those 2 drop-down menus, I would have photography portfolio as a drop-down menu that links to those different categories. And then I would have graphic design portfolio as a drop-down menu linking directly to these different categories inside of the drop-down. That way we eliminate having to come back to this page to go view the next portfolio. But let's go ahead and take a look at your, let's do magazine layout. Let's take a look at this. I'm interested to see this. Okay, so again here, right? These are, it looks like some of these are magazines that are specific to Chicago. So thinking about your caption, right? I've done layout design work for blah, blah, blah magazine in Chicago. Or some of my favorite magazines that I've done layout for is this magazine and that magazine. And then always thinking about linking to their website from that caption, and then letting them know you do that, showing them that link, and then be like, hey, would you mind just giving me a link back? That way you're generating those 2-way links that, again, are really good for your SEO. So something to think about. All right, let's go back and let's try another category really quick. We got like 3 minutes left. Let's go to your faith-based. Let's check this out really quick. Okay, and again, this looks like flyers for maybe church organizations, different things like that. Looks like you've done a lot of these. These are really, really cool. And you do have the categories and keywords turned on in here, but I don't see any categories and keywords. So think about that. Go back, categorize this gallery, keyword it, all of that stuff so that that's actually doing you some good. Also, when I got here, this page totally changed. So I'm no longer seeing that footer, no longer seeing that logo. So again, that all falls back onto brand consistency and keeping things looking the same and consistent as we progress through your site. Also, this is another great place to take advantage of that caption section, right? I've done flyer layouts for this specific church. I love to do event flyers for your upcoming youth lock-ins or whatever it is that you're doing. But think about these kinds of things that you can drop in that caption that, again, your potential clients would be searching for. Church flyer design or something like that. Thinking about words like that that you can use in that caption to help you surface better on search results. All right, let's check out your About Us page really quick. About Us. So Mr. Fred Brown right here And let's see, this is a custom page. Now, how do I know this is a custom page? Because if you guys have played around with the built-in About page, you will probably feel like it's a little limited as far as layouts and what you can have on there. And it looks like Mr. Fred Brown has taken the time to create a custom page, so kudos to you, Fred, for doing that. You've got this really cool layout where you have this image over here, you have the text down here in the middle, and then some images off to the side. Now, lots of good information in here. Why choose us, how we do it. Right here, I mean, we've known from the get-go you were in Chicago, but right here, within a few seconds, we also know where you are located as well right here. So kudos to you for that. Nice layout. Let's check out your client service page. I got like 50 seconds left. Again, just another really cool custom page. So really well done. Guys, we got like 40 seconds left. If you guys will throw a number out in chat for me, 201-2309, please. That'll be the next site that we review. Really cool custom page layout. You have your services and all of that stuff laid out with, check this out, link to portfolio. That is really cool. Not exactly sure how you did that, Fred. I have some ideas. That looks like maybe it's a hover over change. Really cool though, or maybe it's a dim until hovered over. Not sure how you did this, but really cool setup, Fred. Way to go on that. Huge bonus points on that. That's pretty cool. Let's go down here. Look at this, you guys. This is just really cool. Again, I think that is a mouse over that's happening there that's causing that. So really cool stuff. All right, Fred, I think you got a pretty good start to your site. The two biggest things that stick out to me that I would consider working on is that portfolio navigation, thinking of ways that you can improve it, smoothen it out, make it less steps. Branding consistency, keeping the colors and things like that the same. And then just the SEO work in your portfolio itself, keywords, categories, captions, and things like that. But thank you so much, Fred, for submitting your site. Hopefully I gave you some good points to look at. And let's see what website we're going to be reviewing next. Let's see. So Pro Exposure Photography says, I use the share button and hear people are using it to send galleries to friends, etc. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's super helpful on those portfolio pages, just for what you mentioned, allowing people to share it out. So great point. I'm glad you shared that. Let's see. Roxanne says keywords are great for SEO, that she uses Lightroom and keywords there as before when she uploads your images. So absolutely, guys, if you are already doing post-processing in Lightroom, keywording in Lightroom is super simple. I would definitely make it a part of your workflow, as Roxanne's talking about there. All right, and Roxanne also threw out the number 217. Let me go see what site that is. Guys, after this site review, the next site's going to be coming from one of you guys who are hanging out with us live. So if you haven't submitted your site yet, hit that link up in the description below the video and make sure that you get your site submitted for a chance to be reviewed today. Let me go see which site number 217 is. You guys are doing the low numbers today. I like it. Okay. Site 217 is pinkheartphotog.com. Let me get this pulled over here. All right. Let me copy that link and then let's get it shared out to you guys in chat. Right here, there's the link. Let's get 15 minutes up on the clock, and here we go. All right, so let me just drop this down so you guys can see this. This is pinkheartphotog.com. Right up here at the top, we see Pink Heart Photog by Maria Evans. She is a Southern California wedding and boudoir photographer. So great job on your website title up there, putting good information in there, making use of that space. Rather than just having your business name, you've actually put where you're located and what you do. So I'm going to give you bonus points for that right out the gate. Nice job there. Oops, I hit it twice. Okay, let me bring it back down. Let's talk about this favicon right here. So one of the things you got to remember about the favicon is that it is small. So if you're taking your logo and just putting it in there or resizing it, it's probably not going to work the best. Pink Heart Photography, one of the things that I think instantly when I think about your name and about your favicon is how well a pink heart alone would work right there as your favicon. Just something to think about. Okay, Really cool logo here. I keep bringing this up and then bringing it back down. Really cool logo here, though. I love the pink camera. Love this whole logo design right here. Just really nicely laid out. So on the homepage slideshow, I think you've done a great job setting this up. I know that you're using this particular layout because, as you guys can see, there's a lot of portrait-oriented images in here. And so she is using a particular layout that allows her to set the images to force fit in the space that is provided. That way, these images aren't being cropped off by trying to be full screen. It's force fitting them into this space. Now, as you guys can see, maybe the one downside to this is that some of the images, compared to like this landscape-oriented image, the portrait-oriented images can appear to be a little small, right? And so one of the things you could think about, Maria, is if you would like to use a slideshow that takes up a little bit more real estate, that showcases these beautiful, beautiful images that I'm seeing in a much larger state, you could do a collage style to your portrait-oriented images, to where you're taking 3 of them and putting them together as a single image to match the same size as your landscape-oriented images. And then you could use a larger slideshow or a full-screen slideshow, and they would show there without being cropped off. But I think what you have here works fine. Again, we're seeing some beautiful images. Also, great work on the homepage SEO right here. Again, name, type of photography that you do, the location, and then again, right here, you're mentioning other locations here. Really subtle. It doesn't feel like you're trying to spam me with a bunch of keywords. It just feels like you're letting me know this is the area that you work in, while also dropping those keywords in there for search engines. So great job on that. And again, some absolutely beautiful photos. Let's go ahead and take a look at your site menu here. Let's go to your galleries. Let's go check this out. All right, so on galleries, I clicked on galleries. This is taking us to portfolio. And again, this kind of looks like that folder navigation. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And this is kind of an interesting setup, but again, this navigation could become a little click intensive for people if they're trying to view a lot of your portfolio. So just to show you, let's go take a look at the vows, right? And then if I click on that, now, beautiful images, but if I want to go back and look at your other portfolios, I then have to go back here. And then I have to click on the next one. Now I know you guys are thinking like that's not a super big deal. Here's a couple of things that you need to think about. All right. First, what if my internet was slow? All of that back and forth, having to wait for the group page to load again, then just to have to click on another one, that's going to get annoying really quickly. What if I'm on mobile? How does that experience work and look? Rather than being able to see a drop-down menu, I have to go back to galleries on mobile, then click a gallery from that menu, and then go into that. So some things to think about here. This is why I love talking about those drop-down menus. So for me, I would suggest maybe setting up a drop-down menu. You could definitely fit all of these in here. Also thinking about the title of these galleries, but I would love to see this be portfolio galleries or galleries as a drop-down, and then wedding vows, engagement portfolio, maternity, all of that in a drop-down so that it eliminates that back and forth that I keep having to do to navigate to your different portfolios. Let's check out your engagement really quick. Let's go ahead and just take a look at these portfolios. Lots of images in here, as you guys can see. The scroll bar is a little small. Some gorgeous images though. Very, very beautiful. So there are a lot of images in here. So I would probably think about cherry picking these a little bit, maybe slimming it down just a little bit. Usually I typically recommend anywhere from 10 to 20 of your best images. And in most cases, I do like to see those images mixed in together. But in this case, I mean, for me, this kind of works. These shoots like sectioned off here. But again, these are a lot of images here. Also, again, the engagement, thinking about the title of the gallery, right? Engagement portfolio or engagement photography portfolio, Southern California engagement photographer as a title. And then thinking about your caption, right? I love doing engagement sessions at this place, or I love shooting couple engagement photos or engagement photos. Of course, it would be couples, engagement photos here. And just thinking about those different kinds of terms that you can drop in there to bring this up and surface it more in search results. All right, and then let's go down to the bottom and let's take a look and see if we have categories and keywords. Again, missing categories and keywords down here. So if you have keyworded these photos and categorize them, we're not getting any benefit from those. As everybody's saying in the chat though, absolutely beautiful photos. Sharks408 is talking about wanting to go to the desert. I'm right there on board. I've actually never been to the desert. That's a shame. I need to go now. I'm putting it on my bucket list to go to the desert. Absolutely beautiful photos. Love the way that this is set up. I would just maybe consider cherry picking the images, thinning them out just a little bit, but they are absolutely gorgeous photos. I know it's going to be a tough time picking those. Let's take a look at how this is loading up. So this is going to dim the lights mode. I love that. A couple of things to think about here when we hover over it. We are seeing the favorites option and these little icons down here. Not a huge deal. But what do you guys think in chat about those things showing up on portfolio images? Is there a reason for favorites to be here? If there is, I have heard people talk about that they use that to have clients go and favorite their favorite portfolio images so they know what locations they like, what look they like. If that's something that you're using it for and it's intentional, that's perfectly fine. What do you guys think in chat about that stuff? Let me know. All right, let's go check out a couple more portfolios. Let's see. Let's check out what type of portfolio have we not looked at lately. Let's go to a family one. I think it's been a while since I've checked out a family portfolio. And it looks like right up here you are using your caption. So just again, and more information in the title. I know it feels repetitive, but more information in the title, more information in here. Use those gallery captions. Tell people what you want them to do. Interested in booking a shoot or interested in having a photo session for your family, click here to contact me. Click here to connect with me, right? You can put links and call to actions in these captions. Use those for that. Tell people what you want them to do. Let's go down here and take a look. Just beautiful, stunning images, as everybody's saying in chat. Absolutely beautiful. Again, I would love to see location call outs. Let's go down to the bottom down here. All right, and again, this is another reason, guys, why I like to talk about limiting the number of photos that you have in your portfolio, because if your client's on a slow connection, you don't want them to wait for things to load. You want that to be instant. Also, down here at the bottom, not seeing any categories and keywords. So if you keyworded these photos, again, we're getting no benefit from those keywords. So something to think about. It does have to be showing in order for it to actually be looked at as relevant information by search engines. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go to your About. And it looks like your About section is set up as a drop down. So let's go to your About page first. Let's take a quick look at that. All right. Nice About photo. Great job having an About photo. So many times we see photographers who have an image that they took, a landscape photo, a picture of a building or something that's not them. And that kind of creates some awkward moments when you're meeting your client for the first time. So great job having an About photo on here. You talk again. I love that you are consistently mentioning Southern California, wedding and portrait photographer. Great job there. I believe in Disneyland and traveling lands far away. Lots of good information in here. I will always be a Cali girl rocker. So really cool. I love this little blurb where you are giving us a sense of who you are, because if I've gone to your About page, I've already decided that I do like your photography. I want to know if I'm going to like you. And something like that on there, that little bit of insight lets me know, are we going to get along or are we not? So you talk about nachos. Who doesn't love nachos? You talk about coffee, all kinds of different things in here. So you're really giving the client or potential client a sense of who you are and if you guys are going to like each other or not, which is just as important as the quality of your images, because that client photographer chemistry comes out in the photos, as we all know. So really important that you let that information show your personality. Let's see about you. Man, this is really, really cool. I'm going to say really, really great great about page. Always want to see videos here. Would love to see a behind the scenes video. Maybe you talking about why you are so passionate about photography. Maybe mix in some client testimonials. But as far as a written about page, I think that you have really cool information here. Really good insights. Not only do you tell your client about you, but you are telling them about them and what you're kind of looking for. So I love, love, love this about page. Really great job. All right, let's keep going. Let's check out your FAQ page. And guys, if you don't have an FAQ page on your site, you should definitely consider it. You can do it pretty simple through custom pages. This shows your website visitors and clients that you've been at this long enough that you know what kind of questions they're going to have. And you are answering those questions before they ask it, right? Because the last thing that anybody wants to do is to pick up a phone, call somebody that they've never met, and ask them a question that they feel kind of stupid for asking because maybe it's a silly question. There are no silly questions. There are no stupid questions except for the one that you don't ask. But when it comes to picking up the phone and calling a perfect stranger to ask some kind of question that they feel is silly, that's the last thing that any of us want to do. And so when you create these FAQ pages, you are showing your client that you've done this long enough that you already know the questions that they're going to have and you care about them enough to give them an answer and eliminate that potentially awkward situation of them having to pick up the phone and call and answer those questions that they might have. This is a big win, I think, in my opinion. So an awesome job on that about page or that FAQ page. Let's see. Where do you live? Which areas do you cover? So right here, will you travel? Right here, what areas do you cover? How many pictures will I get? Do you have insurance? Can you hold a date for me? What is your payment schedule? All this information right here. Super, super good information to have. Really cool setting that up. All right, let's keep moving on. Let's check out your raves. All right, and I love this. Again, this is another custom page. So you have photos of the client from the shoot, and you have a little client quote right here. This is awesome. This is amazing. I think I've pushed all the buttons that I have to push. Let's see, which one have I not pushed? Let's push good job. I don't know if I pushed that one or not. This is awesome. Really cool stuff though. Look at this, you guys. Just simply amazing. Great setup. Love it. Now, there are a lot of these here. So I'm not sure how you are setting these up. And we'll get back to this blank space in a second. But hopefully it's most recent on top and you're working yourself backwards. Okay, and we'll be careful going down. But going to this right here, so one of the things that you want to be careful of, right, is on these custom pages, right, if you're going to use images on custom pages, don't simply pull the image from the gallery, okay? You need to go to that gallery, copy that image to a special gallery that you have set up for your custom page. And that way, if you do things like expiring galleries, or you have a gallery and the client contacts you and is like, hey, I know I said I was okay with that gallery being public, but can you set it to password protected? We've been having some issues or something going on, or my husband's a little concerned or something like that, right? If you change the access to that gallery, you might not remember, oh yeah, I'm using an image from that gallery on a custom page. And then all of a sudden something like this happens where that image disappears. You don't even know it until somebody is reviewing your site. So when you're doing custom pages and you're using images from galleries, just make sure that you copy them into a special gallery set up for that so that changing the access on the original client gallery doesn't affect your custom page. I'm assuming that's what's going on here. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much. I ran out of time. All right. Thank you, Maria, so much for submitting your site. Hopefully this was helpful. You got a lot of good points and some ideas. Again, the biggest thing for me would be that portfolio navigation. Again, the portfolio navigation, captions, utilizing the captions and different things like that. All right, you guys, I am in dire need of some tea, so I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to let Katie do some talking for a change. I'll be right back after that. So next, we're going to review one of your guys' sites who are hanging out there with us. So you have about a minute Probably less, because by the time you hear me say this, 30 seconds will have passed. There's a weird delay, but you have a little bit of time to get your site submitted. When I come back, we're going to be reviewing one of your guys' sites who has been hanging out with us live. So if you haven't got it in there yet, now is the time to do it. I'll be right back.
Hey Zenfolio YouTube audience, this is Katie with Zenfolio Customer Support, your helpful moderator on Site Review Tuesdays. Thank you for joining us to learn more about Zenfolio and how you can make it work for you. We've been doing a variety of giveaways during our broadcasts. When you win our giveaways, we put some cash in your Zenfolio account that you can use to discount your subscription, buy products from our partner vendors, or that you can pass along to your clients as a gift certificate. We also love promoting your photography and website when you win a giveaway. Once you've won, we'll send you an email with more details. With your permission, we'll show off your work during our broadcasts. Look out for questions to show off your support skills with Zenfolio Trivia, or to share more about your photography experience and knowledge. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, for your chance to win. And don't forget to join us for our 200th live stream Thursday, August the 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Mark it in your calendars for a big chance to win. Thank you for watching.
All right. Thank you, Katie. Again, I appreciate her hanging out with me every single Tuesday, putting up with me mispronouncing things, getting things wrong, correcting me in our sidebar chat. She does a wonderful job. Hopefully you guys show her some love and appreciate her there in the chat. All right. Today's live chat audience site that we're going to be reviewing is proexposurephotography.co. So let me get that pulled up. And let's get this brought over here. And I think Pro Exposure is actually hanging out with us today. So, let me get past that. I don't think that was safe, but just to be safe, we have had some accidents before. All right. So let me get 15 minutes up on the clock. We'll get this review going. Here we go. All right. proexposurephotography.co.uk. Let me throw the link out in chat for you guys. Here we go. Get it down there. And let's go ahead and just bring this down. Super cool homepage. Really impressive images. I'm going to brave it and push the play button again. I think everything is YouTube safe. Since this is the live chat review. Again, I don't have chances to review any of these things. But up here at the top, we have Pro Exposure Photography. And right here, talks about where they are located right there. So nice job. I'm totally going to pronounce that wrong. So I'm Lighten. Let's see. Let me know if I'm getting it right. Is it Lighten? Did I say it right? Lighten Buzzard Photographer. Close. Maybe a little bit. Hopefully. Anyway, that link's in the chat, you guys. Make sure that you go check it out. Really cool images. I do kind of like this right here. And we have this little favicon right here that's definitely kind of brand on. I think this would be cool to have this little half circle up here, but it's the favicon. It's not a huge deal. Let's go ahead and bring this up. So really cool homepage. I don't know if you guys are like looking at this and saying like, wow, how did they do this? How do they have this enter splash screen? Let me just hit play on the slideshow here. I think everything is YouTube safe. It looks like it is. Some really cool stuff here. And I love the fact that we have, this whole collage thing going on, so that you've gone back and you've specifically designed images, right, for your homepage. Now, I'm not sure if this little gray bar right here is part of the image, if that is the image handling from the slideshow. If it is, you might want to think about changing your image positioning. Also, on the slideshow options, you should be able to go in there and turn off the background or make it transparent. If that's coming from the background, it's definitely something that you could do away with. This little gray area right here. But just the fact that you've taken the time to create these really cool collage images that highlight the type of work that you do, like bonus points on that. This is really cool. Now, the other thing is, again, you guys are probably looking at this site going, how do I get this really cool kind of splash screen inter-site layout that's going on here? Well, this is actually where they have figured out that they can remove specific options from the homepage menu, meaning that this little enter screen button right over here, that is, let me know if I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think what they've done is they've just turned off all of the other links on their homepage menu, except for this specific one that says enter, and have it set up this way. Really cool setup. It gives kind of that splash screen interfilling to your site. A couple things down here. You guys might be like, well, hey, how did they get these really cool social media icons? This is all customized. That's done probably in the footer through custom code. Again, really cool. If you're going to do that, I might think about turning off these duplicate social media icons that are here, just because we're seeing them here and then here again. But other than that, this is really, really cool. All right, let's go ahead and enter the site and take a look, because I'm curious to see where this enter button is going to take us. Okay, so it looks like that enter button took us to I think this is either a group page. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's either a group page or a gallery. But as you can see up here, we have the header menu, really cool. And we have the header menu set up right here. So again, on the home page, they had all of these options turned off except for that enter that's now turned off on their header up here. So really cool stuff. Again, really, really cool layout and really great manipulation of the features to get it to function and do this specific setup that you have. So super impressed with that. And then we're leading out right here with, again, business name, where you're located. Lots of information right down here. You talk about the main type of photography that you do, and then we kind of have these categories over here. So lots of different categories visually that we can scroll down and take a look at. Really cool setup here. But the thing that I'm most interested in, the thing that we're going to be exploring is with all of these, the most important thing, in my opinion, hands down on websites, period, is navigation and the path that you tell me to follow. So here we are, we see the type of photography you do. Let's take a look at your about page. We've got a lot of different information in here. So we're going to hit these up and take a look. So about, we're going to go behind the scenes. And again, just some really cool stuff. Look at this, you guys. That's the banner image. So if you're like, wow, how'd they get that second logo up there? That's the banner image. Super cool. Really, really nice job. Let's go down here and let's just take a look. Right over here, behind the scenes photos from a few of the shoots. So just again, showing some behind the scenes stuff. Really cool stuff. Let's go back up. Let's keep moving on. Photography blog. So you have a blog. And again, here's the banner image. That's the banner image. That's how they're getting that up there. Love the usage of that banner. And then blog welcome message, and then blog post. Let's see how long you're keeping up your blog post. Let's see if we can find a date on here. July 13th, 2020. Nice. So that was yesterday. You did a blog post. Some beautiful images, as people are saying in the chat. Really cool setup. Let's see here. Our blogs can be viewed on a variety of platforms. So this is talking about your different blogs. And then you have a keyword. So this is kind of a blog awareness. We have a new client on board this week. So cool. So you're talking about stuff that's going on in your studio, presenting new clients. This is really cool. Let's go back and see when the blog post before that one was. All right, June 26th, 2020. So far, we've got June and July. So you're hitting that monthly blog post. As long as you're keeping that up, it's definitely worth keeping a blog post up there. If you are not hitting a new blog post once a month, you still really want to be careful and not walk into a territory of people going to your site and being like, man, they haven't blogged in the last 3 weeks, or not 3 weeks, the last 3 months. Are they still in business? What's going on with these guys? They haven't been active. As long as you're keeping a blog post up there at the minimum once a month, I would try to do it more. That's why I don't blog, because there's no way I can do it once a month, so I don't bother. But if you do want to blog, I would recommend at least once a month a new blog post. So great job on there. Nice stuff so far. Super impressed with what I'm seeing. Let's keep going. Let's go to your client access. Now, the one thing that I am a little concerned with, not concerned, but the one thing that I just want to say is portfolio stuff. If I am not a client yet, if I don't know anything about your business, I have learned the type of photography you do, and I'm assuming that we can go here to see your portfolio and your examples. But just curious what you guys think in chat about the lead with the about information here. Maybe that is super important for the type of photography that you do and the clients that you get. This is the information they want to see first. What do you guys think in chat? Let me know. But let's see, pro exposure photography, your gallery is ready. So this is client access. This is the built-in client access page. You've got some good information in here, and then you have the gallery ID. This is one way to get your clients to their gallery. Definitely think it's a great use of that page. So many times I don't see any information on here. Now, as I always say, with the client access page, typically the people who are going there are already your clients. So this is not only a great place to give them some information, but to also show your gratitude and appreciation for them being a client. So something to think about here. Again, you might have it in here, but you also have good information as far as how long the galleries are live, proofing information, and all of that stuff. So really nice job on that setup. Contact us. Let's check out the Contact Us page. This looks like it's the built-in one, perfectly fine to use, super simple, easy. You don't have to do any extra work. It's already set up for you and gets the job done. So nice use there. Reviews. Let's go check the reviews out. All right. Let's see. Lots of different client reviews here. Super cool. This is a custom page. Would love to see some of the client images in here, maybe along with the reviews, but bonus points for taking on those custom pages. So many times we don't even take a stab at those because we're afraid we can't do them. We feel like they're too much work, and they're actually fairly simple once you've done a couple, that you can really use custom pages for a lot of different things. So great job doing that. Let's keep moving on. Buy photos and stock images. Let's see where this is taking us. Nice. So this looks like it's a stock photo gallery. Now, one of the things that I would think about is you do have different categories in here. You could have stock photography as its own drop-down menu if you wanted to. Maybe you could remove this homepage option, add that as a separate site menu item if you wanted. Then that way you could have stock photography drop down linking directly to these categories. But I think this is fine as well. Not sure about it falling under the About page, because if I came to your website looking for stock photography, that would probably be the last place that I would be looking. But what do you guys think in chat? Let me know. But for me, at least, that's probably the last place that I would go to, would be the About. All right, let's go to the actual About Us information. All right, cool, great headshot. Lots of good information in here. Again, great having a photo here. Always creates for awkward moments when you hire somebody and you don't know what they look like and you're meeting for the first time, and maybe you're meeting publicly and you're like, where is the photographer? Is that them? I have no idea what they look like. So great job having the About photo on here. Looks like you have a lot of good information here. Again, the About photo the About page is so important, because this is where you are telling your client that they're going to love you, right? This is where you're telling them, hey, you've already seen my work. You've already decided that I produce the type of work that you're looking for. Now you want to know if you're going to like me, if we're going to be friends, if we're going to get along, if I'm going to take care of you. And that is what the About page does. Super good job on this. Right here it says get in touch. You've turned that into a link. Maybe going in, manipulating the theme on that a little bit so that link actually has a separate color, kind of calling it out a little bit more. But great job going in there and actually utilizing those features to make that call to action actually functional. Is that the word? Either one of those words to where I can actually take an action on your call to action. Great job on that. Super, super cool. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? So let's go to your products and commercial. Let's go to your commercial stock photography. All right. Has been lucky enough to have worked with some great clients over the time. We have shot products, editorial photos. So this is a great use of your caption right here, talking about the types of photography that you work with. Our clients have now grown in many cases to more than just that. So one thing that, and right here again, look at this. Love this right here. Call to action, get in touch. Again, one of the things you might talk about is those specific clients that you have worked with, right? Can you mention them in that caption? And then if you can you link them to their site, or can you link that mention to their site? Have it open up in a new tab. Now, the reason I recommend that is because then you can show those clients, hey, I'm actually referencing people towards your site when they come to mind. Do you guys mind mentioning me maybe, or linking back to my site somewhere? The other reason why I feel like it's super important to mention your clients in here is when you think about other clients and you think about businesses do competitive analysis, right? And so if you're a competitor and you're looking for what your competitor's doing, what are you doing? You're typing in your competitor's name and looking at stuff that comes up, right? And so putting the information in your captions now potentially includes you in some of those search results where somebody who's analyzing their competitor is now seeing your images and your website, and maybe that'll get you another job. So something to think about there. Okay, let's keep moving on. I want to go to, I think I'm going to, let's see. Let's check out a couple of these really quick. I know we're just about out of time. I do want to see your headshots gallery. Love it. Again, right over here. You're just nailing these right here. I would think about the title, right? You could put a lot more information in here. Also, this path to gallery right here. It looks like you are aware that it's there and you have it set up the way that you want. Title the gallery, definitely something to think about. Include more information than headshots. Corporate headshot photography portfolio, something that simple. Again, just a little bit more information for search engines to find and index and understand what your page is about. One thing I haven't looked at is categories and keywords, so I'm not seeing those. Now I am seeing them down here. That's in the footer. You can definitely use Zenfolio's built-in category and keyword tool and make sure that that's showing here as well. Again, that's going to do nothing but benefit you, so make sure that you're using that as well. Pro exposure photography, you've done a lot of cool stuff to your website. I love that you are not afraid to go in there and try to manipulate the features, get them to do different things, really experiment, use custom pages. Lots of really cool stuff in there. The biggest thing that I would think about is your portfolio navigation, maybe a little bit, and then just going back, thinking about the way that you're titling galleries and things like that. But love the photos, love that you've got in there. Really customize this, taking it to make it your own. Really, really awesome job. Great job. Great, fantastic site. We have seen some really cool stuff today. Let's see. Let me come back and check on you guys really quick in chat. I've only got like 2 minutes left. Let's see if I'm missing any comments. Yeah, so as everybody's saying here, lots of people are talking about the images, beautiful images, super cool photos, really cool websites today, you guys. Lots of beautiful images. That's why I love doing these site reviews. I see so many different things, people using things in different ways. This is what helps me learn how to do different things with different features, get ideas, and then do things for Zenfolio Live, and then just do these site reviews. The way that Pro Exposure Photography used that homepage, removing all of those link options, kind of creating that splash enter page was really cool. It's something that I haven't seen anybody do. I'm sure people have done it, but I haven't seen it yet. So really cool, nice setup. All right, you guys, unfortunately, we are about out of time for today. I do want to say thank you guys so much to all of you who came on here. My Oklahoma just about came on today, jumped on the live stream today and hung out with us for that hour. Let's see, Pro Exposure Photography, Roxanne Bay, Home Phone jumping on and saying hi, June Jacobson. Did I say it right? June Jacobson, yes. Lynn And anybody else that I missed, Sharks408, thank you guys again so much for hanging out with us, you guys. Don't forget, Zenfolio Live coming up on Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. You guys are going to want to make sure that you check this one out. We're going to be jumping into custom pages, talking about creating a custom booking page. We're going to talk about that brand new feature or enhancement that was just launched on BookMe. Super cool. Go explore it. I believe an email went out or a blog post, one of the two. But if you guys haven't checked it out yet, then you just need to go. Can you guys see my mouse in the background? Hopefully you can. It's right there. Moving around. Click on Book Me really quick. I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek in the background. Click on Book Me, and then you're going to go down to Activation. You can see it right there. Activation. And then go to Embed HTML, and you're going to see that HTML code. And that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Thursday on Zenfolio Live. Again, thank you guys so much. Really cool sites. Don't forget, we do these every week. Until Thursday, I hope you guys have a wonderful, great week. Make sure that you are doing good things for other people, working on being a good human, listening to people, trying to understand each other, and working with those around you to make the world a better place. I'll see you guys again on Thursday.